はいどうも、アロンゾです。アガサ・クリスティの ABC Murder 続きをやっていきたいと思います。前回はね、サクサクっと、スルッと多分いい具合に A の事件を解決しまして、次はね、もうポアロ的にはもう B の事件が起きるはずだと。ということで B の事件現場に到着しております。はい。今日もサクサクっと難問を解いていきたいですが。こういうとこも見れるんだ。先見ればよかった。
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town. Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture. Although personally, I prefer more modern buildings.
そうですか。そうですか。僕ちょっと古い方に惹かれるたちですね。どっちかっていうと。この車で来た。温泉
？What are you doing, Poirot? Chap's waiting for us.
すいません、つい好奇心が旺盛なものでこの辺とかもね、なんか行って見てみたくなる。浜が見る。まだ遺体がある。助けないね、ここの人たちは。
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
There is no doubt about it. Bexhill has one of the most beautiful beaches in the area. There is no doubt about it. She was a great beauty.
かなり美人ですか。
That chap didn't notice it.
なるほど。
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
男としてはかすら合わない。ポアロそういう感じじゃない。
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
事件的にはやっぱり素足っていうのは気になりますよね、このね。
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat.
変ですね。
And was not carrying a bag.
別のとこで締められて運ばれた感じじゃない
Either
です
the
か。
murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. This key is too small to be one for a... Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth.
これやっぱりじゃじゃん B なんでしょうね。てってってってってってってってってってピローン。
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
ハンドオーバーサスインと共通ってまあ ABC でしょ。犯行予告。これもちろん。ハンドオーバーの事件とベックスイーの事件は同一犯の仕業だろうか。まあそうでしょう。
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
被害者の身元を特定する。
There is no doubt about it.
あー、なるほど。南京錠、このコテージみたいなね。
This hut is locked.
まあロックだけど、7、8、9。まだある。何番？鍵見ればいいんか。
There is no doubt about it. Bexhill has one of the most
鍵何
beautiful
番って書いて
beaches
ます
in
か？
the area.
何番？ 8？ これ。あ、6だ。ちゃんとアンダーバーもある。あれ ?9 と9じゃない？これ目おかしい。なぜか9になってる。わお
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
どういうこと？こんな安直なことある？
Firstly, I have to enter the pad. Firstly, I have to enter the padlock's code.
わかんないよ。ちょっとヒント探すかな。なんかな。
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6.
なるほど。なんかちょっとおしゃれな隠し方してるけど、これあれかな？犯人が謎解き置いていくのかな？ 715？ はい。
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings.
おー、じゃ
The
あ
purse
綺
is
麗な浜
full.
を
Yet again, we can dismiss
裸
theft
足で歩
as
く
the
ため
motive
に
for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me. Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked. This hut is locked.
Where are you going?
You are quite right, Hastings. I am delighted.
あれ
Could it be the same buildings as on the victim's photo? This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken. This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken. This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
こっちじゃないの
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken. Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings. This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Where are you?
カフェどこ？あ、左クリックの直しでちょっと足を入って、そういうわけじゃないか。あ、こうすればいけるのかなあ。こうしないといけねえんじゃん。なかなか変な作りしとんな。
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to... I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do? With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving. With all these tourists...
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
うわ、いい雰囲気。海辺のあれにしてはなんか高そ
This is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place, and above all, no
う。う
creases.
わ、いいな、この雰囲気。ぜひ食事したい。これでリーズナブルであってほしい。
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat. This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
いや、皆さんもぜひ紅茶を用意してくださいね。この雰囲気大事ですよ。僕は今日もコーヒーです。
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work. What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work.
レジから盗んでガシャリンコっていう、そんなわけはないね。
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
11時、7時半、11時。7時半、11時。7時半、11時。
I should consult the register.
あ、なるほど。確定させないといけないね。
Where is Betty? Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
午前
Would she
11
have
時か
been
ら午後
alone
7
at
時
any
半ま
time
で。
during her
はい
service?
はいはい。
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service?
単独勤務医なのここ？
Betty worked from 11 a.m. No, this person is not. No, this person is not the last. Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
なるほど。で、6時半ぐらいがいいってことかな。これ、10分前。
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover, maybe the murderer.
お、ホワイトホ
This
ースだ。
bill may have been written by Betty.
ホワイトホー
There's
ス
probably another
っ
one.
てなんか辛いイメージがあるんだけど、気のせいかな。今度飲んでみようかな。あんま美味しいイメージないんだよな。
Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
But, gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Do you think there may have been some problems between them?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
塩だね。
The
もうちょっ
customer
と
who
協力してい
ordered
た
the
だき
whiskey
た
might
い。
provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting
俺
idea,
たちも客だ
Hastings.
けどな。
Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
あれ食べないのなんかチョコレートなんとか。俺まだちょっと一服したいけど。やっぱね、こうね、いつでもこう、気軽にフレッシュフルーツがこう置いてあって、っていうのはこう、贅沢の象徴だと僕は思うんですよね。何見てんのエゴポイント何見た今。あ、身だしなみね。うん。ポアロといえば。まあ、行くか、じゃあ。いや、なんか癒されたな。あの空間いいな。ちょっと、昭和の喫茶店で行きましょう
This
か
is
ね。
definitely where the photo
Oh,
I
yeah.
found in the hut was taken. Hastings appears. I fear that this case is. Certes. How do you do, mademoiselle? My name is Hercule Poirot.
I know you. You're that detective we hear all about.
I do not know if that is a compliment, but I will take it as one for now. You are Betty's sister, I believe.
Yes. My name is Megan.
Can we come in?
Please do. My parents are at the police station. I doubt they'll be up to speaking to you later.
Do not worry,
影が
we
おか
will
し
not
い。
bother them.
Did you know your sister's plans for yesterday evening?
No. I arrived by train this morning. My parents called me in a panic when they discovered that Betty had disappeared. She went out last night, but she didn't tell them where she was going.
What was your last conversation about?
Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother brought her a pair. The very day it happened. She was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
This gramophone is magnificent. It is a one-off, without a doubt. It would not be polite to...
つい探偵の癖が。
The Barnard appeared to make music a priority in their budget. Their home is modest, but the Barnards are definitely music lovers. What is she feeling at the moment? Betty's older sister is not just sad, she is angry. Your sister had a fiancé, I believe?
Yes, he's called Donald Fraser. A very nice man.
Was your sister seeing anyone else?
My sister wasn't a child, sir. She used to go out. She enjoyed films, dancing. She was a very good girl who didn't hang around with men. That's what they always say, no?
The pain is making you bitter, Mademoiselle Barnard.
I'm not interested in your compassion, Mr. Poirot.
あららら。
Très bien,
そう
mademoiselle.
ですか？
Could you at least tell me a little about Betty's young man?
His name is Donald Fraser, a very nice young man. Oh, excuse me, I have to answer that.
But of course.
Betty's room is opposite the stairs on the first floor. Feel free to take a look if you think it might be useful.
うん。
This young woman is far too clever not to have anything else for us.
Do you think she's hiding something?
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Surely you don't think she did it?
I did not say anything of the sort. But young women always ruin your judgment, Hastings. Who knows, maybe Megan was jealous of her attractive young sister.
I see. She may have had her sights on the inheritance. Or maybe she was in love with Donald Fraser.
We have to study all scenarios, even the most unlikely. But I doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Barnard are rich enough to justify murder. While I try and get Miss Barnard to talk, I would like you to try and find Donald Fraser. It should be easy to find the estate agents where he works. Bring him to the Ginger Cat. I would like to talk with him before the chief inspector finds him.
頼むぞ、ヘイスティングス。これ重要な役ですよ。あれ、一回分け入った今。まあ、いっか。
It looks like Betty was also a music lover, the same as her family.
この前使う
Without a doubt,
なかなかの
Betty used to sing. A box of new stockings. It looks like Betty has a very busy life. Betty liked luxury and going out, and being as pretty as she was, she probably did not have any problem getting herself invited. Looking at all the clothes she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear. Maybe she had a date?
いやー、きな臭いですね。
Looking at all the clothes.
あ、自分の方かい。おいおいおい、化粧品を見るかと思ったのに。エゴポイント。まあ、これでね、捜査に対するモチベーション上げていくわけですよ。お、ちょっと待って待って。
Something on this clock bothers me.
ほう。
What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the hands.
んこうか。んはい。とりあえずなんとか右にして。お、これ今までで一番難しく感じる。ですね。だからですね。だからこいつがこう動くと、こいつがこう動いて、こいつがこう動くことによって、こいつがこう動くでしょ。左にしようか、じゃあ。これ左か。あちょっと待って、じゃあこっち右だよ。右回り、左回りって考え方でいいのかな。一気に開くのかな、じゃあ。これは、これで合ってるよ。
The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels.
このパネルのせいで歯車が動かない。ちょっと一回戻ります。これを
This metal disc is stuck. This metal disc is stuck.
スタック。お、なんかある。
Strange. A sheet of paper is blocked in the clock. Strange.
あの仕掛けを解いたら、ここがパカッとかなって、手紙がドロンとベロ認知をするわけですな。ここなんかあるよね。
This wooden panel is blocked. I can't.
いやー、これ今までで一番難しく感じるな。
The cogs are blocked.
全部逆かな、じゃあ。
The cogs are blocked.
やばい。これ、レバー動かしても何にも言わないところがちょっと困るんだよね。逆の発想か。これで、こいつを、ああ、そうそう、こうすると、
There, that's better.
ね。動いた？いや、何にも変わってない。
cogs are blocked by these wooden... The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels.
ひえ、ちょっと待って。じゃあ右と左を対象にするか。こう。いやこう回ってほしい。こう回ってほしい。これ逆だな。こんな感じかな。あ、12合ってる。じゃあこれか。
This metal disc is
違う。
strange. A sheet of... This wooden panel is...
いや、もう12時から動かないよ、これ。これは合ってる。で、
This wooden panel is blocked. The cogs are blocked.
12時の方が、いやー、ちょっと音でも鳴ればね。全部真ん中にしてみようか。ガラガラガラ。そんな
The cogs are blocked.
いやー、わからない。ちょっと待って。これがこうはわかるけど。
The cogs are blocked.
あ、そうか。でもこれがこうでいいけど、ここが止まってんのか。って考えたらここは外れてほしいけど、ここは止まってる。こことここは止まってる。これが邪魔。で、まあ、やっぱこことここだ。
The cogs are blocked. The cogs are blocked by... The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels. The cogs are blocked by... The cogs are blocked by the...
いやー、ねまっちゃったね。ちょっと待ってね。
This wooden panel is blocked. This wooden panel is blocked.
下見れないんだよね。真正面と横。この手紙。
Strange.
ストレンジっていうのはこの手紙を取ってくんないかな。あ、なんか違う画角が出た。
This decoration appears to be firmly fastened.
これなんだ。あ、そうなのか。ちょっと待って。あ、今の画角なん。あ、これ。
This decoration appears to be firmly fastened. This decoration appears... This leg is not well attached.
おお、取れた。おいおいおい。おお。
Strange.
一個取れた。何個取れた？
The cogs are blocked by the...
ちょっと待って、なんか一個飾り取れたよね。じゃあ、ここも
This decoration appears...
そんなわけない。一個だけ。
This metal disc is stuck. Strange.
よし。ぐるりーんってなったよね。
This wooden panel is blocked. This wooden panel is blocked.
下ああ、
Could...
お
Good.
取れた。
It should be possible to open the wooden panel.
パネルが開けられる？
This wooden panel is blocked. This metal disc is stuck.
パネルが開けられる。あ、開いた。
A key.
鍵だ。
This could be useful.
なんかこれなんか書いてない。なんかこれ。なんだ？
This code probably has something to do with the mechanism above the clock.
いや難しい。ちょっと待って。真ん中一本線で、いや難しいぞこれ。鍵ってどこで使う？
This metal disc is stuck. This metal disc is stuck.
こう鍵使うとこなんかあった？
No, the key does not. No, the key does not.
落としたら真ん中。
The cogs are blocked.
いった。
The central cog is blocked.
ちょっと待ってよ。今、
The cogs are blocked. The central cog is blocked.
いやー。なんだこの上3、下に。21の。わあ、全通り試すのはめんどくせえな。
The central cog is blocked.
総当たりすんの一個一個。 やでもあの絵のヒントを見ればわかるってことか。カシャーンとか言わんもんね。
The central cog is blocked.
全然動かない。これは参りましたね。
This wooden panel is blocked. This decoration appears. This wooden panel is.
戻ったらパズル終わりってこと？いいえ。じゃあやっぱここで完結するんだ。他にいじれそうなとこないよね。どういうことこれ。
This code probably has something to do with the mechanism above the clock.
3と1、2と2。まあそういうことだよね。だから今2と2にはなってるけど、まず3と1にしないといけないって感じじゃない？こうではない。いや、ちょっと待てよ。まあいいんだ、いいんだ。
The central cog is blocked. The central cog is blocked.
ヒント呼ぶか。これはむずいですよ。俺ね、パズルもね、そんなに下手くそではないと思ってるんですけど、自分でも。めちゃくちゃ得意ってわけではないんですが、ここで難しいのちょっとヒント少ない気がする。
The central cog is blocked.
ちょっとヒント。なんか勝手に動いた。
The central cog is blocked.
ヒントを使うを止める方法。パンパンと動いたね、今。ヒントどうやって使うの？14%と。 なんだこのヒントを使うが、パーセンテージが上がっていくの？
The cogs are blocked by these wooden panels. The central cog is blocked.
—わかんねえ。いや、わかんねえよ、こんな。
The cogs are blocked. The central cog is blocked. This metal disc is stuck. This metal disc is This wooden panel is
100かじゃあ。
The central cog is blocked.
もう時計壊そうよ。ボカーンっつってさ。投げちまおうよ、もう。いいじゃん。
The cogs are blocked. Nah, the key does. The central cog is blocked. The central cog is blocked.
いやー、これはいけない。これはいけないよ。
The central cog is blocked. The cogs are blocked.
困ったね。困りましたね。ちょっと100%になるまで待ちますか。 グーコーヒー。いや、しかし。90%。いやー、これ。ああ、やっぱヒットを使う、復活した。なかなか、そうですか。じゃあここでヒント使ってみる？全体でヒント使う。はあ。動いた。
The center cog is blocked.
左上だけ動いたよね、今。
The center cog is blocked.
いやはー。
The center cog is blocked. The center cog is blocked. The center cog is The center cog is blocked. The center cog is The center cog is blocked. The center cog is blocked.
わかんねえ。いやー、わからない、これは。参ったねー。ここまでハマるのも珍しいけど。
The center cog is blocked. The center cog is blocked. This code The center cock is blocked. 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 The center cock is blocked.
うーん。これあれですね。やっぱり、探偵もんやるときはちょっとノートがいるかも。覚えられない。ガンガンヒント使いますよ、今回は。ちょっと難しすぎる、これ作りが。だいたい今まではね、音とかでカシャーンとかシャリーンとか言って、お、あったとこにあったな、みたいになるんですけど、今回その音も鳴らないですもんね。ビシッ。は。
The center cock is blocked.
これは左か。これが右で、これが左で。どっちだろう。これがこうか。俺の感じはこう。しょ。まあ。
The center cock is blocked. The center cock is blocked. The center cock is blocked.
ひー。
The center cock is blocked.
開いた。開いた。開いたよ。開い、ほう。ということは
？The center cock is.
ちょっと待って。これ、こう回せない。
I definitely need an object to make this.
Q は必要。じゃあこうか。あ、開いた。なんか今、開いた音がする。 あ、いた。
Something clicked on the front of the clock.
おーおーおー嬉しい。これ休業取れないの？
This could be useful.
使えそうだ。
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for, but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again. Adrian.
よりよ。
Betty, I enjoyed a... My dearest Betty. This small key should be useful to me. I've finished with this subject. Medicine to prevent voice loss. Did Betty have problems with her voice? A record sleeve with an handwritten title. Betty must have recorded a demo. I'd be interested to hear it. A record sleeve with a handwritten title. Betty must have recorded a demo. I'd be interested to hear it. Looking at all the clothes she took out, without a doubt, Betty used to sing. Let us see. What is this?
わあ、嫌な予感がする。これは音と見せかけて数学の時間じゃないですか、これ。やめてくれ。
This looks like solfège.
8分音符、16分音符、これ32分音符、4分音符。そんなに難しいことはしてないと思うんだけど。
That doesn't work. I must.
手順を踏む必要がある。
That doesn't work. I must have forgotten.
Clock. ここも開くんじゃない？ああ、開いてる。
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
給付って書いてある。給付じゃねえの。おにょおにょって。おにょおにょ。111は4。四分音。あれは2だろう ?2 たす2。
There is bound to be a clue.
ああ。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。記憶力をたどるんだ。これ4の1でしょ？ だから逆さ給付みたいのして2部マイナス2部で四分音符すればいいんだよ。こうじゃないの？合ってないこれ。そう。合ってないね。ここ回んないよね。うわ。4分の1になればいいんだよ。32、あ、3が32か。そうか。これ2個でこれになっちゃうから、これ2個とこれ1個にするんじゃないの？なんとなく間違ってっかな。
There is bound to be a
ちょっと待って、だから3の2、どこ？ああ、間違ってる。間違ってるこれ。じゃあもう一個増やすか。これどうだ？いけない。1111はこれ2だもんね。ひえ。ああ、来た。
I heard the sound of
来
a
た来た来た。
mechanism being
そうかそう
triggered.
か。よしよしよしよし。んで、クランクはどこに使うの？あ、そっちに戻っちゃう。仕掛けが開いて、ここ開くのか、ひょっとして。あ、違うな。ここじゃねえんだ。どこ開くの？クランクはどこに刺すの？ここか。
It looks like something goes in here. That doesn't work. I must. That doesn't work. I must have forgot. That doesn't work.
あれ、なんかもう一個ある。これは。何これ。ヒントありました？78T、はい。78T。
I just have to put the record on the gramophone and start it.
いいよー。大変なね、レコード一枚聞くのに、みんな。
That doesn't work.
え、
I must have
もっと気楽に聞こうよ。
That doesn't work. I must...
お
That doesn't work.
あとは聞くだけだって言ったじゃん。聞くだけだって言ったじゃん。聞こうよ早く。いや置けないよレコードが。なんで？
That doesn't work. I must have forgotten a step. That doesn't work.
おー
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I must...
なんで針上げろとかそんなのいや、手順、いや、動くって言ったよね、さっき。はいこの、あ、これペチン。あ、上がった。コット作りをしとんしゃ。はい。おー、来た。で、あ、おいで針を落として、そこはさ、そんなに凝らなくていいんじゃないの、ポアロさんじゃない、メーカーさん。ポチッとな。すごい、どんな、いい声で。お願いします。
Oh, Donald! We're in the middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should rest your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone. She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner?
ヒントが足りない。英語ポイントかなこれ。身だしなみ。ちょっと待って、このねなんちょっとお姉さんに話を聞くか。
They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Donald appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
You are a poor liar, Mademoiselle Bernard.
Excuse me, Mr. Poirot, but I do not see why you are interested in our humble little crime.
It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man. Slightly reserved, too. And as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
Well?
He'd commit murder.
Do you think that is what happened?
No, Mr. Poirot, I don't believe that. You yourself said he may be a recidivist madman. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Bernard. Thank you for your help.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now.
Très
Au
bien.
revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
おー、いっぱい増えた。ちょっと待って。ビューンってならない。抵抗がなかったからね。
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
右側バーナーを隠していたことは 嫉妬から言えばなくはないけど、でもこれだからお姉さんがその動機があっても連続殺人犯ではないから、連続殺人犯がこの
You've seen Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
女性
He's a
のあ
big
れを
chap.
感情を
Fragile
利用
isn't
した。
exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Mm. いやー、また戻ってくれるとは嬉しいね。
Hastings looks ill at ease. He really doesn't like Fraser.
I don't want this young man here. Be quick and do what you must.
お、手厳しい。さすがフランス。あ、フランスっけこれ。イギリス？
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
ケーキ食べたいな。
This man looks suspicious.
Leave me alone.
White horse. ネクタイかな。あ、なるほど。
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking White Horse.
Leave me alone.
なるほどね。意外ないんじゃない？手がかりがない。聞いてないもん話だって。
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
Did you visit Betty yesterday afternoon?
No, I haven't seen Betty for 2 days. I was at the office yesterday afternoon.
Can you prove that?
Of course. But why this question? Betty died yesterday evening, didn't she?
Betty was murdered during the night, but that does not prove that she did not meet her murderer earlier in the day.
So am I a suspect?
Everybody close to Betty is a suspect, Mr. Fraser. I would be a very poor detective if I did not examine all possible eventualities. Do you know what Betty's plans were yesterday evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
And you believed her?
And why not, sir? She was my fiancée.
That did not stop her from lying to you before. Betty was not a bad girl, but she did like to take advantage of her success with men.
How dare you sully her memory?
Please excuse me if I appear to be brutal. I understand that this is a difficult time for you.
So you understand why I don't feel like talking, Mr. Poirot?
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
まあなさそうだけどね。あ、アリバイね。アリバイはないね。すべての殺人ないと思うね。それはないね。
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Japp to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
ま
Let us
だ
try
死
and
体
match
片付
this.
けてない。もうそろそろ楽にしてあげて、本当に。野ざらしじゃん。再現。
The killer
Yeah,
and the
kawaii.
victim are walking on the beach.
いやー、
Miss
怖い
Betty
ですよ
has a
これ
bag,
ね
a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a code. They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise. The body falls, lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
ベティがベルトを外したのはやっぱ開放感が欲しいからかな
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless. but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
歌イギリスかこれ。フランス。まあいいや。もうフランスとね、イギリスは近所ですよ。昔から。じゃあ戻ろうか。この写真どうするつもりなんだ。これ下に置いてあげられないの。
Right, back to London.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard.
By the way, Hastings, what day is it?
Well, looking at the calendar, it's the 30th. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
今日は何日だったかなつってはい。というわけで、ちょっとパズルに手こずりましたが、まあ、なんとかクリアできたんで、ヒントは2回ほど使いましたけども、もう2時間ぐらいかかるかなとかちょっと危惧しましたけども、まあ順調じゃないですかね。もう A も終わって B も終わって、あとなんだ、チャーストンで何回も言ってますけど、ロンドンでしたね、自宅は。完全にイギリスが舞台じゃないですか。まあいろいろ僕なんかフランスはなんだ言ってましたけど、まあ、そんな感じで、今回はこの辺で終わりたいと思います。はい。またぜひ次回も紅茶を片手にゆっくりご覧ください。では、お疲れ様でした。